Hi there, hey guys. Let's look at my clocks above my desk. Okay, it's 11:30 Eastern time zone, which means it's later in the day than usual when I talk to you guys, but still, good morning. I wanted to see if I had to say good morning or good afternoon, so good morning. All right, so this is the beginning of a pattern I'm gonna do. Every Tuesday, I'm gonna go live with information about doing content marketing, specifically for bookkeepers, but most of the principles in there apply to other online business owners who are trying to promote their services, connect with their clients, things of that nature. Anyways, so I have written a blog that pairs with it. So if reading is more your style, or you don't want to listen to my voice, it's okay, and no offense. I've got a link to the blog entry in the description. I don't know if it's on this side or that side of your screen. Maybe it's down here, but there's a link. So you can read along too, if that's easier. All right, so today I want to talk to you more about marketing personas. So everyone knows that you've got a target audience. You need to be talking to someone that you've worked with before, talking to someone you like working with. But having a target audience is not enough for your messaging, and there's a lot of reasons for that. You need to go a step further into something that's called client avatars, marketing personas. There's all sorts of terms for it on the internet, and I think some people use it differently. But what I'm here to tell you about is why they're important. Because anyone can tell you all day long, you should have this, you should have this. But I want you to know why you need this and the benefits you'll get from doing it. So I want to break out target market versus marketing persona. So target market is pretty general. It's just like, so you're probably a bookkeeper if you're following this, reading this, watching this, and you're thinking, okay, my client base is 40-something-olds, solo attorneys in Dallas. So surely that's enough. Surely that's all I need to be. Hi, Rachel, what's up? Surely that's all I need to be aware of and writing to. Not necessarily. Hey, Clarence. Hi, John, Nicola. What's going on? So your target is very vague. It's not personal. And a marketing persona is way more information, way more personal. So I have it broken out in the blog, but let me try and do it like audio here. So this is a quote that I was able to find. One of the main reasons for using personas is that when you target everyone, you target no one. So the art of segmentation, and that's a whole thing with email marketing, with any kind of messaging at all, which I'll get into more as I keep talking. The art of segmentation in messaging for your business is about narrowing your focus on the people in the market that are more likely to become your users and customers so you can better serve them. So the phrase I want to point out there is when you target everyone, you target no one. And that's very important to remember. You need to be picking a very small group of people to the point of excluding others that maybe would be clients, kind of, maybe someday. It's not what you want. You want to pinpoint your best clients. So let me refer to my notes here. All right, so here's some of the elements of like a client avatar. So your target audience is kind of like just demographics. It's kind of a group. It's not someone with a face. And that's where making a client avatar or marketing persona is so much more helpful. You take data, and from the data, it's not guessing, it's not maybes, it's data. You make a detailed profile. You take 10 to 20 points of data that you find about this type of client that you like to serve. And you give this profile a fake picture, a fake name. I heard a story that Jeff Bezos in Amazon, he goes so far as to leave an empty chair in meetings in Amazon because he wants this ideal client to be sitting in on the meetings and to be present and listening. Anyway, so instead of just being like, a list of general demographics, it's just like you're getting 10, 20 points of data It's research on who you actually work with and who actually works with your competitors. It also humanizes them too. So it's a lot easier. So with the client avatar, you name them. It's Jill, it's Steve, it's Harry. It's a lot easier to write and talk to Harry. I can have a conversation with Harry than I can with, okay, write something for a lawyer in his 40s in Dallas. And it's just like, it's not enough information for me to start a conversation with him. I don't know who he is. But with a persona, with more information, you can have a conversation. You can't have a conversation with demographics. And part of that is the persona helps you get to the motivations of your client, their emotions, their goals, their struggles, what makes them tick. That's really key to writing really good content. Something that has come up in research recently is that like no matter how rational we believe we are, we make decisions with our emotions. We feel before we make decisions. We feel first, then we think. So naturally, for your messaging, you have to be able to have this like emotional connection. You have to be able to connect with them. And I can't connect with 40-something lawyer in Dallas. I don't know who the frick he is. Another thing that's really important to remember is client avatars are so specific that in that target market circle, inside of it, you can have lots of little client avatars. So especially in like bigger companies with multiple departments, they'll have multiple avatars inside of their target audience so that they can talk very specifically to very specific people. It works, it's effective. So he needs to, as a comparison, for a target market and a client persona, I came across this quote, thought it was great for explaining it. So, for example, your target audience can tell you that women between the ages of 35 and 40 are likely donors for your school supplies drive. Okay, it doesn't tell me anything. But a persona, as a client avatar, whatever you want to call it, will tell you these women are mothers with school-aged children, looking to help teach kids about the power of helping others. All of those emotional things, all of that specific details, just like I can talk to someone like that. That is information. I can appeal to them as mothers. I can appeal to them as people trying to make the world better. And I'm able to have a conversation with them where I can ask them to, come back and donate to the next school drive. I can't do that with a target audience. It's too vague. So here's something I know. As I'm describing this, and next week I'll get more into how to create a client avatar. And I did just mention now that it takes like 10 or 20 data points to make these things helpful. There's lots of places you need to research it, and research takes time. And writing for like multiple different avatars takes time, it takes effort. It's not easy to do. But if you want results from your writing, you got to do it. I'm not just blowing smoke up your skirt, I swear. The more I read about it, the more I found research on it. And think about it. It's just like we're in an age of Amazon, Google, cookies on the internet. Everything is super personalized. So this other quote, I came across this great article. In the business to customer space, companies like Amazon and Netflix have trained consumers to expect a personalized browsing experience. That expectation has spread into business to business models and other industries as well. So companies are beginning to see personalization as a key strategy to their future marketing. So in order for your marketing to be personalized, it has to be marketed towards a person, a persona, an avatar. You have to be talking to humans. People expect to be talked to on an individual level. There's no way around it. If you want to have, it's just like, if you want, you can do shortcuts. You can just throw up tax tips. You can put up, oh, there's a filing deadline coming up, or Merry Christmas. And that's fine. You're showing that you're showing up. But if you want effective content, if you want content that gets people engaged, that gets results, you're going to have to create content that's personalized. You have to figure out who the person is you're talking to. And like I said, there's data to it. So HubSpot found that when you have calls to actions, if they're targeted to a specific user, it's 42% higher going as a click-through rate. 42% is huge. Another one is, where did this one come from? What's my source? Well, I found another quote, another interesting statistic. Leads who are nurtured with targeted content, so once again, personalized persona targets, they produce a 20% increase in sales opportunities. So it's stronger leads. And also, if you have an email campaign, if you're trying to say, build, nurture, hold on to an email marketing strategy, one of the top reasons email users unsubscribe from an email is that the content's no longer relevant to them. So I mentioned earlier that it's just like one thing you can do with your marketing campaigns is segment them. And once again, in that target audience, some people, hey Chuck, how's it going? In that target audience, people have like multiple avatars. And in email campaigns, you can pick multiple avatars to talk to. Hey Laura, what's going on? But yeah, if the content's no longer relevant to who they are specifically, 56% will stop watching, stop reading, stop engaging, and that's not what you want. You're gonna have to do a little extra work, a little extra research to really figure out who's responding to your message, who you wanna work with, and what motivates them, because that's how you'll make effective content. You have to make the content anyways. There's no way around it. As long as you have an online business, you're gonna have to be making content to promote it. So you might as well do it right. You might as well take the time that you spend making content work for you, be effective. And that's what I want for you guys. I want you guys to be able to turn all this time writing and messaging and being online and just that constant grind of putting out content. I want it to be effective for you guys. And one of the main things I would encourage you to do is if you haven't worked with client avatars yet, haven't read about it, haven't built one for yourself, or multiples, if you have multiple clients that you feel like would have profiles, I do too, then sit down, do that before you churn out a bunch of content that you don't feel good about, that doesn't get responses. Go back to the root, go back to who you're talking to, figure out very clearly who you want to talk to. Now, when I come back next week, I'm going to talk more about how to research a client avatar, where to find the information. But just for now, I wanted to emphasize how important that is and get that started for you. Like I said, I posted a blog with the same information. In that blog, I have a couple of links to free client avatar worksheets that are online that you can use, you can access, things of that nature. That way you can get started if you feel confident with that, and if not, like I said, I'll be back every Tuesday going forward, and I will have more content for you next week, and we'll talk about how to make a client avatar, how to use it, and how it can, how to apply it to your business messaging. All right, that's all I got. It is 6:45 here, so I'm gonna call it a day, guys. But as always, drop comments for me, send me messages, follow me on Facebook. You can also check out my new website. I just posted it, put it live. I don't know what the term is. What's the term? The website became accessible this week. So I'm glad that's done. I have a blog, and so every time I do these Tuesday lives, I'll have the content posted on there and you can read it there as well. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.